Hey everyone, it's Rod Wells for the Real Guitar Channel. How are you? Today I'm going to talk a little bit about how to play slide guitar in the style of Duane Allman. And Duane kind of reinvented electric slide guitar as we know it, and there are some of us that have tried to sort of expand on what he did over the years, and most notably maybe Warren Haynes from the Allman Brothers and Derek Trucks. I'm going to show a little bit of how some of his style was achieved and what he did for it. Here's a few things I'm just going to play and then I'm going to explain it. Okay, so the deal is, most of that playing was done, this is in the key of E, we're in an open tuning, we're in the key of, tune the guitar to E major, just the chord, this chord, whereas you would raise the A string up to B, the D string up to E, and the G string up, you would raise it a half a step to G sharp. So you're playing all open. So anywhere, if you put the slide over any of the frets on the guitar, you'll have a major chord. So in the key of E, obviously it's the 12th fret, and he worked a lot between, if we were in that key, he'd go 2 frets below and then up to the root key. And he alternates strings. And then Duane did a lot of slurring, which is you sliding up to the note. You go below, you start below the note. Instead of going, you go, and it gives a lot of intensity, you know, to your playing. Muting's a real important part too of this type of playing, because in the case of me, I use a fair amount of overdrive using a Kemper Profiling Amp with a train wreck profile from the amp factory in London, and it's got tons of gain because I really like those strings to ring. But the deal is that if you do that with no muting, you get all this other string noise, and you don't want to have that, especially with a lot of gain, because it just gives it a kind of a sandy tone. So if you keep your pointer finger, I use my middle finger because it's the middle of the hand, Duane did too, and if you keep your pointer finger in back of the slide at all times, it acts as a mute. So these strings won't get picked up, and that's really important. You have nice, clean, you know, singing tone. The other thing you'll notice too when I'm playing, I do this thing with my other 2 fingers, and that's another way to mute. So when when you want the note to stop abruptly, you just put your fingers down here. You can also use the palm of your hand with your picking hand to mute. So there's 3 ways you mute, and muting is real important on electric slide guitar. So the finger behind the middle finger, behind the slide, your right hand palm, and also your fingers in front of the slide. So he alternated between these two frets lower up to the root, and then he used slurring, and then he also used vibrato quite a bit. And how that's done is you go up to the note, and then you go a little below the note, then you come back to the note. You don't go above the note. That's important, because if you go above the note, you get that thing. So you want to go below the note, up to the note. And I don't know, this is a stylistic thing, but if you don't go too fast, it sounds more musical than... So that's basically just a very, very general rundown on sort of what Duane did. I use this guitar, my slide guitar, I use very heavy strings. I use high action as well. Tuned to open E. Also, it's important that with this type of tone, you want to use a guitar with humbuckers, the Les Paul SGs. This is a Warmoth bolt-on neck that I built with 2 humbuckers. Anything with 2 humbuckers will work. If you want more of a clean type slide sound, the way like Lowell George or Bonnie Raitt played, you'd use a Strat for that. Those are real good guitars for that sort of tone. But for Duane Allman's type thing, humbuckers is the way to go, because it really gives you that fat, meaty. Tone, which, you know, some of us are looking for. So that's pretty much it for now. My name is Rod Wells, and for the Real Guitar channel on YouTube. Thanks for looking, and have a good day, folks.